Hi, good morning, everybody, and welcome to this podcast. David Marshall from the Conscious Creation Academy. And it's a really, really warm welcome to you because what I want to do today is pick 5 areas. These are areas that I talk to people about quite a lot, and I want to just sum them up because if you can understand these 5 areas, then it allows you to do 2 things. A, understand and experience your ability to create the life that you want, and B, actually expand your consciousness. So actually to have a very different experience of what reality is. Now, in my past, I've had out-of-body experiences from a very young age. In fact, the most joyful experiences I've had have been very conscious and very much out of my body. Learning with other personalities, non-physical personalities, and then applying what I'm taught into this reality. So the experience is what really changed me. And that's what I wanted to get across there. The experience of doing this is what will transform you, your ability, your life. It cannot be said any stronger that unless you're using this material, then you are not really experiencing yourself in any way, shape, or form as the personality, the soul, the form of consciousness that you are. So they're very important, I think. I know they are, and I just want to help you today by going through them step by step. So after this, I've also at the end got a point of power exercise for you to help bring and kind of solidify the thoughts so that you can gain an experience of it. So here are 5 essential subjects for you to explore. And the first one is that it's just a truism, really, which is that learning to change your beliefs, to insert new beliefs, to get rid of old beliefs, is really the most important skill that you have. All right, that's absolutely true because you form your own reality, because this is no more than a state of consciousness, like a dream. You're not floating on the planet in space in the way that we've been taught we are. Then learning to change your beliefs is the only way to change your experience. All right, that's absolutely key because it doesn't matter where you go. It might be to another country, it might be to a totally different place. Just you carry your beliefs with you and you form your own reality. So learning to change your beliefs is the most important skill that you have. The second one is that the magical approach, and by that I mean the opposite to analyzing everything, to worrying about things, to focusing on the detail. So the magical approach where you accept that psychic is the first language, okay? So psychic communication is the first language, and that you accept reality is a naturally creative, loving form, expression that you are involved in, and allowing that to fill the moments, allowing that to do the work in problem solving rather than focusing on the minutiae, rather than getting into the detail trying to solve it. Because one of the main rules in life in this state of consciousness is that you get what you focus on. The more energy you put into something, the more it's gonna grow. So by using the old approach of the analytical approach to solve problems. Now, I'm not saying you don't want to know your bank balance or you don't want to be able to count or how to make things, whatever it be. That's true. But at the end of the day, the magical approach should take up about 80% of your attention. Learning to relax, learning to listen and kind of hear your intuition, to send out psychic information to people quite consciously. All these things is a magical approach to life, and that it's the most natural for you. Solving problems is most natural when you do it magically. Okay, what we'll term magically. So the third one is that reality doesn't lie. So really do come back to the understanding that you create your own reality. You only see your version of reality, something that people do forget. That your reality is the only one that exists for you. Now, we are part of a mass reality. Yes, we are, and it appears as though other people come into our reality, and that we're all in the same reality, but we're not. We are only perceiving here our own reality as a result of our beliefs, desires, and expectations. So own it. Own your reality. Take responsibility for your reality, and only your reality. So if somebody else comes in with a different view, it's up to you whether you are impacted by that, take that on board, and then impress reality with that belief. Okay, you choose your reality. It's your reality, your slice of reality, if you like, your responsibility. And therefore, you've only got to deal with one belief system, one set of emotions, one set of expectations, and of course, they are your own. All right, you've only got to do that with one mind. You've only got to focus on a few things. Yeah, ignore other people. Now, they might be giving you some kind of feedback, but they have no power over you. All right, that's really important. So the fourth is that the power is in the present moment. So what I really want to impress upon you, and it's really essential information, is that time doesn't exist. All right, it just absolutely does not. The present is the only thing that exists, and the present moment where spirit and consciousness and reality intersect is the only place you need to really take notice of. I'm not saying you don't plan. I mean, we're planning a holiday right now, but we're planning it in the present moment, aware that the present moment is the only one that exists. Okay, so past doesn't exist, the future doesn't exist, there is no karma, there really is no cause and effect in the way that we think about it, because time doesn't exist. So bring yourself into the point of power, into the present moment, and you will do far better as a conscious creator. And the fifth one is that there's no barriers except the ones that you believe in. The barriers that you believe in, and sometimes we become totally invisible to them because we go, well, this is just how it is. This is how it is. And therefore, the beliefs and the experiences that are possible become completely invisible. So it's really, really important that you think about your life, think about your experience and think about the barriers that you're putting up to something new, and recognize that you are the only one putting up those barriers, because it's your reality. You form your own reality. Nobody can disempower you unless you believe they can. Very important. So I hope that's useful for you. The first one, that learning to change your beliefs is the most important skill. Second one, that the magical approach, the more relaxed, natural approach to problem solving is the best way for you to solve problems. It really is. That reality doesn't lie. Accept it as your feedback system and then use it in that fashion. That the point of power is in the present moment, so throw away the idea of time as much as you possibly can. Keep practicing that. Just throw it in the bin, bring yourself into the present moment. Okay, bring yourself into the present moment. And I would say about that, after time that gets a lot easier. It's easy to forget it sometimes also, but it does become easier. And that there's no barriers except the ones that you believe in. All right, that's really key. So here is an exercise. It's split into 4 or 5 different bits, and I'll just read them. It's taken out the magical approach at Seth material, but it's in other books as well that Seth's written. And it's a very simple 5-minute exercise, but it's amazing how easy it is to not do this. So I'd encourage you every day to do this, because it really does help. So it's a 5-minute exercise. So it's about becoming aware that the present's the point of power and using it. So the first thing that you do is you remind yourselves that you're not at the mercy of any past belief. Okay, there's no past belief that you are at the mercy of. So just remind yourself of that. I mean, what I normally do is just go and sit quietly. I don't put any music on or anything. It's not a meditation. It's actually an exercise that you're doing. So I like to be able to gently focus myself into that. So the first thing, I remind myself, and you remind yourself that the past beliefs, they have no power unless you believe they do. Okay, absolutely true. The second one is that you've got complete freedom to insert new creative goals in this exercise. Okay, so just remind yourself that it's up to you what you believe. Absolutely up to you, and reality will fall in line with that. The next one is you relax. Okay, you relax and give yourself some fresh suggestions. Okay, to begin with. So just, you could just do, not an affirmation as such, but just gently, you might want to repeat the thing to yourself, or it might be a feeling, who knows. For me, generally, I just let whatever my imagination wants to bring up, just bring it up. So I insert the new belief, I just sit with it, and my imagination then goes to work, my feelings begin to kind of work, and the feedback I get is that I feel different. Remember, your emotions are a feedback. And then the final one is that you make a simple gesture or you act in some fashion, no matter how modest that is, with your desires. So say it's for more money than that you wouldn't normally go out for a coffee on a Tuesday morning because, you want to save your money. Well, go out for coffee, spend that extra, £1 or £1.90, or, if you were going to, if you were going to buy something, just buy the large packet for an extra 30p or 30 cents, whatever it would be. You are simply making a gesture, because remember that your physical gestures that you do with your body, in the way that you interact, are thought in physical motion. Okay, so you're compounding, you're focusing, you're really bringing that into your reality. And by doing that, what you do is you really begin to build up energy into the reality that you want, and you begin to diminish the reality that you don't want. And remember, you get what you focus on. All right. So I hope all that is very useful for you. I would suggest that you read The Magical Approach by the Seth material. I mean, I myself has also studied NLP and hypnotherapy, simply to try and learn how I think better, to be able to think more effectively. And it's something that is useful as well. So certainly you could go online and you could look at various things on neuro-linguistic programming, exercises, on thought processes, and also hypnosis is also a great way to also do this as well. So you might put yourself into a slightly hypnotic state, and that's why hypnosis works, because it removes the old patterning and it focuses you very much on the new patterns, and of course you get what you focus on. So that's why hypnosis is a great way and a great thing to explore and also to take part in. All right, so I hope that's useful for you. If you know somebody else who needs this message, who is struggling, who believes in the law of attraction or conscious creation, hasn't quite nailed it, hasn't quite really understood it in the way that they need to, please share this out and look out for more podcasts coming soon. And remember, you can go on to the consciouscreationacademy.com, and if you click download the book, there's a very lovely book I wrote. Very, very popular with people, and it's free of charge. It's a lovely story. You'll find it very, very empowering, and it's packed with a ton of concepts that we don't cover here. All right, that's it. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.